At the Arctic meeting in Alaska yesterday, U.S. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson signed a document affirming the need for international action to fight climate change. However, Tillerson says the United States will not rush to action on the issue. President Trump has expressed his disapproval of climate science on multiple occasions, calling climate change a hoax perpetrated by the Chinese, as well as threatening to pull out of the Paris Climate Agreement. Now, here in Washington, D.C., climate activists rallied in front of the EPA this morning in support of its staff members who are fighting against the deregulation of the fossil fuel industry. Participants included members of the Earth Day Network, 500 women scientists, and the American Federation of Government Employees. Here's what one of the activists had to say about the current state of political affairs.
Just following King Trump. That is very sad. They're not listening to their people. And by marching, we're hoping that all of our Republican and Democrat representatives see that we're really concerned.
And joining me now to discuss more on these pressing environmental issues is Dr. Reese Halter, renowned climate biologist and author, and friend of the show. Dr. Reese, first, what do you make of the mixed messages coming from the Trump administration? On the one hand, they cut lots of jobs and funding from the EPA and calls climate change a hoax. Then on the other hand, you have Rex Tillerson signing this Fairbanks Declaration. What do you make of all that?
Well, good afternoon, Manila. What we do know is this: nature, our life support system, nature is collapsing. Her ecosystems under the sea and on the land en masse are dying. We cannot live without nature. So the rhetoric that comes daily, hourly, by the minute is just that. And at the end of the day, the breathtaking renewable energy sector, which is creating hundreds of thousands of jobs in America, is moving forward. I suggest that we end all fossil fuel subsidies immediately and we go renewable.
And you know, the meeting that Rex Tillerson was at in Fairbanks, Alaska, a lot of these Arctic nation countries, you know, like Sweden, the Nordic countries were all there, and they told him, to his face, they told him that the melting Arctic ice, the glacial ice, is being caused by climate change and the water levels are rising. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, we've got millions of Americans, not just in Florida, but coast to coast, that are faced with the reality that each year the oceans are rising irrefutably, and the storms are getting more intense, the flooding is getting greater, and by the way, if you speak to the insurance companies, the payouts are at an all-time high, and it's ridiculous that from an economic point of view, from an insurance point of view, from the protection of the citizens who put the politicians in D.C. and the respective capitals in the states, that they're not listening to the people on the ground.
Yeah, now considering, like you said, that money might be a main driver for this administration, it's shocking. I hadn't thought about that insurance claims are even up. Now, the new administration has also talked about pulling out of the Paris Climate Accord. What might that do to our air, our environment here stateside?
Yeah, well, that's exactly right. If we remove the Clean Air and the Clean Water Act, we can be assured that the corporations that pollute will pollute harder and more. It's ridiculous. What's happening so far is it looks like China has stepped into the driver's seat as the renewable champion, and that hurts because in America we're leaders, right? And renewable energy is the future. So this administration may, for the short while, prolong fossil fuels, but at the end of the day, Manila, they will not win because renewables are here, and we've got to future-proof and get ready for what's coming.
All right, Dr. Reese Halter, we're going to leave it right there. You got the last word on that. Thank you so much